What's up, man? It's Bronco the Frog coming at you with another reaction video. Oh, young Gilberto Mora. He done hit the public eye. He done hit the mainstream. You know, as a USA. Hey, well, I already knew about Gilberto Mora from the Gold Cup. Hey, you know them boys slumped us out in the Gold Cup final. I say, bro, who is that little nigga out there on the field going crazy? Who did look? I say they look like a kid out there. And indeed was a kid. I'm talking about he was 15, 16 at the time. I said, golly. What Gilberto Mora is doing shouldn't be possible. My man's Go TV, go subscribe to him, get him to 106,000 subscribers. You already know all World Cup reactions is live on the Patreon. Link is in the description with all the knockout stage games and whatnot. I was surprised they didn't start, bro, during the South Africa game. I was like, why Gilberto Mora not starting? He's supposed to be damn near their best player already. But apparently they learned they lesson and they starting him. And against Ecuador, bro, I ain't gonna lie, L3, they slumped them boys out. They slumped them Ecuadorians out. We gonna see what they do against England. And I do hope L3 win for the first time in my life. You know what I'm saying? First time in my life. But I think England probably gonna slump them boys. They doing all the measures. They taking all the preventative measures to keep Mexico from doing all the outside the pitch stuff to get them off their game. They hiding where their hotel is. They flying into Mexico super duper late. They doing all of that. So hey, what Gilberto Mora is doing should not be possible. Click that goddamn like button. Click that thumbs up button right now if you ain't did it already. Boy, let's see what goes down.
Mexico has a jewel, and his name is Gilberto Mora. At just 17 years old, Mora is already making an entire country turn its head. He does not play with fear. He does not hide. The shirt does not weigh him down. While most players his age are still dreaming about making their debut, he is already proving that he was born for the biggest stages.
Yup, and he getting looks from United said they stopped looking at him, but apparently them Lona boys want him, or do L3 boys want him to go to Lona? They call him the Mexican Pedri. And you know how disrespectful that is, calling him the other nationality version of somebody who's still around his age range? Ain't Pedri like 19 or something? 20? I don't know, I could be wrong, but regardless, nigga, Gilberto Mora finna be in the same category as Pedri and not too long. Imagine being called something like that. You gotta leave that to the OGs. Like if you call him the Mexican Luka Modric, now that's different. The Mexican Iniesta or Mexican Xavi, now that's different. But Mexican Pedri? What the fuck?
Chico tiene un talento muy especial para jugar al fútbol. Se ha visto técnicamente fantástico. Ya no solo la calidad individual, sino la personalidad para pedir la pelota en un partido de esta presión.
Gilberto Mora represents something Mexico has been desperate for. A young player who is different. A player with flair, courage, talent, and personality. Right now, many people still call him a promise. But if he keeps playing like this, they will soon have no choice but to call him reality. Because some players appear every now and then, and others arrive to change history.
Because I was finna say, bro, my bad for pausing, y'all. I was finna say, in 2025, 2024, bro, L3 been having a roster full of crock ass. It's been a whole bunch of butt. In terms of world-class talent, shout out Edson Alvarez, but that nigga ain't world-class. Shout out Chucky Lozano, that nigga ain't world-class. You know what I'm saying? Versus compared him to the United States of America. Man's like Balogun over there playing UCL ball. You know what I'm saying? He playing UCL ball. Man's like Christian was playing UCL ball. He got a UCL championship. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
No es el caso del que no lo vayan a inflar, llévenlo con calma. Tan no hay que llevarlo con calma que Javier Aguirre le dice, vas a ser titular en el partido que va a definir si nuestro mundial es un fracaso o si nos permitimos ilusionarnos.
Gilberto Mora is not the future. Gilberto Mora is already the present. Now, what would you say if I told you that Mexico, alongside France, have been one of the two best national teams in this World Cup? And what would you say if I told you that Mexico's football is being conducted almost perfectly by a boy?
All right. Let's open our horizons. Let's pipe it down a little bit. Let's just keep it real just for 1 second. Mexico have not been the best team in the World Cup right there next to France. That's honestly blasphemous, Go TV, that you even fix your mouth to say that. You know what I'm saying? I understand you got to pander to them tree boys. You got to pander to them L3 boys. You feel me? Get them lights, get them all of that. I understand it, but let's keep a spade a spade. First game against South Africa, arguably the worst team in the tournament. In the sorriest group in the damn World Cup. Bronco, South Africa made it to the knockout stage. That shows you how ass that group was. South Korea disappointed me. I cannot believe the World Cup they had, and them niggas got slimed out by that sorry ass South Africa team. Czechia, them boys was butt. And then for the knockout stages, we all know Ecuador has no offense, bro. Come on, man. We knew that. And they in the Azteca, too. They got a different plot armor and Mystique in the Azteca. Ecuador has no offense. Now, they defense, y'all slumped their defense out. I wasn't expecting that one. But offensively wise, we knew them boys ain't had nothing.
A boy who, at 17 years and 259 days old, became the second youngest footballer ever to start a World Cup knockout match. Only Pelé was younger. That is the kind of sentence that sounds impossible. But with Gilberto Mora, impossible is starting to feel normal. He was already too much for South Africa. He was already too much for Czechia. And now even the best defence on the continent could not handle him for a single second. This is not just...
Yeah, okay, I would say Ecuador allegedly has the best defense in South America if you look at the results, yeah.
Mexican hype. This is a player who has giants of world football at his feet. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has noticed.
The game of Gilberto Mora, 70 years old, playing for Mexico.
Love it.
Do it in like he did it.
Thierry Henry has noticed.
Mora also. Let's not forget about the little kid playing in the midfield, at times controlling the game, understanding
he dead ass look like a little kid out there.
Not going to counter too early, getting fouls.
And now the biggest clubs in Europe are watching closely. Manchester City, Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Everyone is looking at the same
Hey, Tree Boys, where y'all want Gilberto Mora to go? I know y'all want him to go to either Real Madrid or Lona, but y'all don't think he'll fit on that City team with Rodri,
Real Madrid, Barcelona. Everyone.
I guess probably not because Pep not there.
A 17-year-old who is playing a World Cup like he belongs there. And the scary part is that this is not random. This is not one lucky tournament. We are talking about the youngest player ever to debut, assist and score in Liga MX. We are talking about the youngest player ever to assist in the knockout stage of the Gold Cup. And not in some ordinary match. In a semi-final, and not with some ordinary assist. With a play that even Messi or Mbappe
he ain't scored assists against
us. In the
us.
World Cup final, he had Malik Tillman chasing him like a child.
Chill.
Continental champions.
Chill, big. Hey, chill, big bro. Chill, go, my hey, you ain't had to drag Malik Tillman. Hey, Malik Tillman just hit a goddamn set piece last game. Yeah, he just hit a set piece to send the United States of America to the next round, boy. Hey, go drag Malik Tillman name in there like Malik ain't with it. Y'all know what time it is, man. Stars and Stripes.
At the Under-20 World Cup, looked more mature than players 2 years older than him. So yes, we are talking about a boy who already belongs at the same table as Max Daumann, Estevo, and yes, even Lamine Yamal. Don't believe me?
All right. All right. I don't even want to hear no more, GOAT.
Gilberto Mora gives you line-breaking passes like Iniesta. Opens the game like De Bruyne. And crosses the ball with the elegance of Pirlo. He is a prodigy. Born in Tuxtla Gutierrez, Chiapas, in 2008, Morita has already made history as the first player from
You ain't showed me enough on why he in the same category as Mean Mall. Everybody in the same category as Mean Mall until it's time to be Mean Mall. Straight like that. All right, we go see what he better do against England. We go see what he do.
In a World Cup. And the most frightening
against that England midfield, not that Ecuadorian midfield. I'm talking about that England midfield with Big Deck and $130 million Elliot Anderson and Jude Bellingham. We gonna see how he do against them, boy. Hey, because when the United States of America played them in 2022, what Tyler Adams do? Bully them. What Yunus Musa do? Bully them. What Wesley McKinney do? Bully them.
Stole that shit.
Hey, y'all, tell me. We gonna see what them L-Tree boys shape up against.
It's like he belongs there. This kid has football in his blood. Every intervention carries gravity. When he touches the ball, the game finds order. When he carries it, defenders get dragged towards him. When he turns, space appears. And he has shown all of this at the World Cup. Yeah. There is one invisible quality Mora has that very few players develop this early. Spatial understanding. He looks before everyone else. He decides before everyone else. He positions himself before everyone else. His game in tight spaces is brilliant, not only because of his technique, but because of the way he opens his body, turns with his low centre of gravity, and changes the direction of play with one simple touch. His role starts deeper than people think. He drops to connect with the midfielders, drags markers out of position, accelerates from inside zones, and breaks lines with the ball at his feet. He is not just a forward, he is a playmaker who decides how and when Mexico play. And when he arrives in the number 10 zone, his vision becomes different.
He said he's not just a
interpretation
forward.
Of the game is
I thought this nigga was a midfielder.
At this World Cup, he's been giving a masterclass in passes that become goal-scoring chances. His brain is 3 steps ahead. He showed it from his World Cup debut against South Africa. Mora stole the ball in midfield and, with a back heel, released Piojo Alvarado into a 3 versus 2 attack. That back heel almost created a penalty for Mexico. It was not just flair, it was intelligence, timing and courage in the same action. Against Czechia, he gave another lesson in how to create danger. In one move, he positioned himself near the edge of the box, received the ball from Piojo Alvarado, and instantly played a wall pass that left Piojo inside the area.
I mean, that's good.
Position.
That's
Sadly,
good ball for
the
sure.
Chivas player sent his shot into the sky, but that was Morita's
Nah,
first
so
warning. Then
doing
came
that.
the second warning. Mora dropped away from the box, returned to the 3-quarter
Nah, I'm gonna quit
zone,
hating
and
though.
asked
We
for the
know
ball.
he legit.
Before receiving, he scanned over his shoulder.
That's a good ball.
Something we usually associate with Messi.
A lot of people overcook that.
It's always like this. He's always moving.
You'll all remember Messi's goal in extra time to put Argentina 3-2 up in the final, but you probably didn't see the incredible awareness that led to it. In the 10 seconds before scoring,
so every
Messi
football
scans
player
an
don't be looking. I
incredible
figure
7
every
times
football
to assess
player
his
would do that,
surroundings.
especially
While scanning Maker more
especially if you're a
naturally to some
midfielder.
over
Not
others,
saying that Messi's a
evidence
midfielder,
suggests
but
that this skill is
you got to know
learned
where you
and
at,
can
head
be
on the swivel
trained
100%
and
of the
improved
time.
upon.
That scan told him exactly where to turn his body. So when the ball arrived, he needed barely 1 second to play a pass between the centre-backs into Romo's movement. Hill left the Chivas player with the chance to shoot in front of the goalkeeper, or cross. Unfortunately, Romo produced a poor delivery, but Mora's pass into space and his reading of the play were not normal. And then came the third warning. After a Mexican clearance, Gilberto beat his marker in the race for the loose ball.
He got his speed too.
Carried it forward at a controlled rhythm and waited for his teammates to make
them
the
niggas
right
moving
movements.
in mud.
He did
This
not
is what I say when
panic.
this is what I say when Checky is butt. Like, come on, bro. Like, you understand me? These niggas moving in mud. Wait till next Gold Cup when we run in the L3. We gonna show young Gilberto what time it was. Young Gilberto, they play our MLS squad in that Gold Cup final. He ain't play the big boys who in the World Cup right now. He ain't ran into Weston McKennie yet. On blog, yeah, you ran into Malik Tillman, but Malik Tillman is a camp. You ain't ran into Enforcer Tyler Adams. Nah, Tyler Adams was at the Gold Cup. He was, but shit.
Right movements. He did not rush. He did not panic. He waited until Jorge Sanchez had the advantage, then played the pass at the exact right moment to leave him one-on-one with the goalkeeper. The ball arrived with dynamite. After the rebound and the chaos inside the box, Quiñones finished the move and scored. Against Ecuador, Mora took that creative
let's see this
to another
footage.
level. Gilberto Mora devoured Ecuador's golden generation.
Ecuador legs
Against
was
Ecuador, Mora's
shaking
playmaking
this
was
game,
brilliant.
though,
His
man.
problem solving was something Ecuador never managed to understand. At no point did he look inexperienced.
They was
Not
tiki
once.
talking they ass to death.
Como este chiquito que ha demostrado que no es ningún chiquito, que ya es algo que demostró que es grande, pero bueno, depende de Aguirre. Ese jugador para mí.
The pressure, the stage, the importance of the match, none of it made him shrink. He came into the game demanding the ball, showing personality, and playing as if he'd been doing this for years. The match never looked too big for him. One of the things Ecuador suffered the most was Mora's constant desire to go forward.
I
He
feel
sees
like
the full picture, thinks quickly,
I ain't
and
gonna
executes even
hate,
better. You could see it when Jorge Sanchez made an overlapping run down the right. Mora could have played the easy pass, but instead he carried the ball towards the box. Raul Jimenez came close to offer support. Piero Hincapié and William Pacho were dragged into the action, and Mora combined to reach the byline. From there, the Chiapas-born midfielder delivered a dangerous cross, forcing the Ecuadorian defender to throw himself across the goal to avoid disaster. Morita played with fire in his personality. He dared to do things that should look impossible for a player his age,
Morita,
like
that's
hitting
his
a first-time
nickname?
shot from outside the box without hesitation. But the most important part of his game was not only the courage, it was the football he gave Mexico. His pass into space for Romo, for example, left Mexico in a 2 versus 2 situation
Tony Romo.
and ended with Raul Jimenez missing an unbelievable chance in front of goal. But all that danger started with Mora's vision. He never dropped his head. Even in physical duels, he stood up to giants. He even battled and won moments against Willian Pacho, a two-time European champ.
On blow. You see what happened when he ran? He talking about some battle and won moments. Nah, Pacho out here claiming, locking that shit up. But to be fair, Pacho was supposed to be locking that shit up. Pacho played in the Big Six League. I forgot what team he played for. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure he played Champions League ball. But, bro, stole that shit.
One moment
move, you little boy. I remember when this happened. I say, bro, this is grown man football now. It's grown man football. This is no, well, he used to grown man in that CONCACAF ball, but this is a prime come ball goddamn unit right here. Threw that boy on the ground.
Stood up to giants. He even battled and won moments against Willian Pacho, a two-time European champion, as if fear simply does not exist in his body.
European champion.
And Pacho was not the only heavyweight he challenged. Mora also dealt with Moises Caicedo, protecting the ball and
alright, now Caicedo! You ought to feel ashamed of yourself, boy. It be people in the Twitch chat hyping Caicedo head up so hard. He was getting best of the world shouts last year. Best midfielder in the world. This nigga Caicedo genuinely is butt, bro.
Pressure with control
or he looks
butt. This kid is not afraid of anyone. And be careful, because his range of resources looks almost unlimited. From the left wing, he produced a curling shot with the inside of his foot, almost in the style of Lamine Yamal, and came close to bending it into the far post. His vision to position himself in the best place to create danger is already elite. Look at his run in the counter-attack that ended with Julian Quiñones' goal. Mora arrived in the perfect position to score, even if Quiñones was the one who finished the move. His movement was not random, it was perfect. And later, on Raúl Jiménez's goal, he did almost the same thing again, placing himself in the ideal zone to hurt Ecuador. That is not coincidence, that is instinct. Mora also became the perfect triangle for Mexico's attack. Whether he was combining with Julian Quiñones, Raúl Jiménez, or Piojo Alvarado, Morita always appeared in the right pocket to break Ecuador's mid-block. His presence opened spaces and allowed Mexico to send dangerous crosses like the one he delivered to Jimenez. Every time Mexico built an attack with advantage, Mora was involved. In the move between Quiñones and Piojo that left Alvarado free inside the box.
Look at three people around him. Ain't that the Pacho dude? Pacho, Hincapi, and Caicedo. If I'm him, I'm hanging this poster up in the house straight like that. This is elite company to be involved with.
Mora was part of the structure that made the chance possible. Another special trait is the way he receives with his back to goal. For many young players, that is a problem. For Mora, it is an advantage. He can receive under pressure, protect the ball, and turn to face goal in milliseconds. That forced Pacho and Hincapié to stay alert every time he moved, because one bad body position against him and Mexico.
Dude, that nigga struggling to keep up. Come on, man. Y'all really think this is a real football team? Look at this damn Czechian dude, man.
We're already attacking the box. And it is not only what he does with the ball, his pressing, anticipation, and sacrifice were also outstanding. He stole balls, closed passing lanes, read opponents early, and gave Mexico energy without possession. In general, he produced a complete performance, but the scary part is that this was not an accident. This is something Gilberto Mora has already been doing across his short career. 1 year before this World Cup explosion, Gilberto Mora was still collecting minutes in youth categories. At just 14, he was already playing with Tijuana's under-19. By 2024, he had played 826 minutes in the Apertura, around 39% of the total available minutes, and then 54% in the Clausura 2025.
I still don't get the Clausura and Apertura.
But what truly matters is the impact behind them. Then, in the Gold Cup semi-final, he started one of the biggest matches of his young career and produced an assist that looked straight out of Lionel Messi's playbook.
Shit, I was at all the Gold Cup games, goddamn.
Waited for the perfect moment and slipped the ball to Raúl Jiménez with ridiculous precision. Jiménez finished with class, Mexico reached the final, and Mora's reputation kept growing. Then came the final, and once again, Mora looked fearless. Against the United States, he played with shocking confidence, making the American defenders look like cones at times.
All right. I think that's enough. Everybody clap it up for Gilberto Mora, but we ain't finna take the USA disrespect because he ain't have a goddamn one of our defenders looking like no damn cones. On blow. My bad. Sick Bronx in the building. Well, hey.
Continental champions, and in the process, became the youngest international champion in world football. That is why with Gilberto Mora, we are not only talking about promise, we are talking about the present. he is not just the youngest player to make history, assist, score or lift the Gold Cup. He is a footballer who understands the game through passing, carrying and space. He does not get blinded by the occasion. He does not disconnect. He plays with a level of maturity that simply does not match his age. Despite being so young, Mora already has serious experience at senior level. With Tijuana, he has 51 official matches and 10 goals. Huge numbers for a player of his category. With Mexico's senior team, he already has 11 international appearances. And before this World Cup, his biggest stage had been the Under-20 World Cup in Chile in 2025,
where
he finished as one of the standout players of the tournament with 3 goals and 2 assists. This rise is not random. At only 17, his career is already managed by Rafaela Pimenta, one of the most powerful agents in world football, the same woman who handles the interests of global stars like Erling Haaland.
Really?
And that kind of backing off the pitch matches the attention he is now getting on it. Europe is watching. Barcelona have already offered him a trial. Their scouts are even starting
I
to
feel like
compare
he'll
his
fit
technical
Barca
level
perfectly.
and vision with Pedri. Manchester City have followed him closely. Real Madrid are monitoring him with the idea of securing a pre-contract.
I don't see him as a Madrid or a City boy. I feel like Barcelona directly fits young Gilberto. He ain't got that fire. He ain't got that fire to play for them Madridistas like that. He seemed more kind of reserved. Maybe I haven't seen enough of him. But I don't think he fit the Madridista lifestyle.
Makes sense. There are very few players in the world with this mix of reading, technique, and cold blood at 17 years old. Gilberto Mora is not a lucky story. He is not a social media trend. He is a footballer growing at impossible speed, with the numbers, the performances, the personality, and the European giants already circling around him. And if this World Cup is his official announcement to the world, then the message is terrifyingly clear. Mexico may have found something they have been waiting for their whole life.
A world-class talent. Shout out men like Gilberto Mora. Like I said, Big Bronx knew who he was for a minute. Shout out Gold TV. Go subscribe to him. Get him to 106,000 subscribers. Hey, we go see what L3 do against England. Gilberto Mora. Bronx is finna be watching. The world is finna be watching. He is finna make a serious move to Europe once he turns 18. And hey, we love to see. We love the CONCACAF having a competition. We love the CONCACAF thriving, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. Hey, what Gilberto Mora doing shouldn't be possible. I'm out.